Ready? What's up, score? Oh, let me get y'all have remotes out here and shit. What's up, scorers? Welcome back. Welcome back to the channel. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, and share, man. We keep going up. We keep doing big things. We want you to be a part of it. So we had a lot of hoops over the weekend, man. We had a lot of hoops over the weekend. We're gonna get right into that. But we gotta get into some other stuff. Let me get my notes out here. Shoot. Yeah, we had a lot of good games, a lot of good action. My man Jaylen Brown, he back at it. He wiping down people with jerseys and uniforms. I just don't understand why I feel like he make too much money for that. Like, I feel like there has to be a dye out there that doesn't come off when you sweat. I just feel like it has to be something out there. If it's not, maybe this is a business idea for someone who's in the hair product, in wellness. This is for you. Maybe this is your opportunity. Maybe this is your calling. But Jaylen Brown, but you know what though? All jokes aside, Jaylen Brown is definitely doing a good job by the Boston Celtics. He's actually playing like I want him to play during this time with Tatum out. So other than the dye thing, I got no knock on him. We talking about the dunks? We talking about the dunk that I sent you with Sharon Kerr? You pull that up? We was looking at some dunks over the weekend. And one of them was, I want to say zesty. Listen, man, I gotta talk to him. I don't want to call it zesty. I gotta talk to him. I gotta see what was the influence behind this dunk. His name is Shengün Kerr, and I want to know what is the influence behind this dunk. Like, what made him do it? Like, did he think of that on a moment? Was it a night before thing? Did somebody put him up to it? Was he trolling? Because this is definitely a very, I don't want to, I'm not going to call it this. I ain't going to call it this. I got to talk to him. I got to talk to him first. Maybe it was something else. Maybe they edited it. Maybe that was AI. Maybe that was AI before AI. We don't want to put him out there. You going to play it? Yeah, it's playing right now. Oh, okay. All right, so we got to check him out. Somebody find him for me. I'm gonna find him. I'm gonna reach out to him, see if he want to be on the show. But we gotta know what this dunk was about, big dog. So people is jumping in my DMs and they like, yo, who's better, Luka or SGA? And it's a tough one by far. Obviously, Luka's that guy, but he hasn't won a ring yet. Had an opportunity to win a ring. Came up short, which happens to the best of us. Then you also have SGA, who's actually won a ring, led the league in scoring, been killing it for the last 4 or 5 years so far. But here's the thing. I still think SGA gonna win the championship again this year. I think he's looking hard to beat. I don't see a team that's more complete than them. But again, championships are circumstantial. Like it depends on the circumstances. Like OKC, the office, they did a good job keeping all those guys together. They did a great job with that. They haven't did the best job with handling players over the last decade or so. As you already know, they let go 3 future MVPs, a 27-point scorer in Paul George, a 17-point scorer in Carmelo Anthony. So they let a lot of guys go. This is definitely I'm not going to say a lucky situation, but a very rare situation where a team can turn it around that fast and then win a championship. So SGA is in a really good position, but Luka been killing since day one. Luka came in and was just killing it. Luka had a target on his back from day one. SGA kind of developed into this role. So I'm not going to put SGA over Luka just yet. I think it's tie. I think it's tie. I think if you get me into a space where maybe, we throw a couple drinks back, I might sway a little bit towards SGA. But for me, I'm still say Luka. But Luka, you got one more year to go without a ring. If SGA wear it and win another ring before you, I gotta put SGA in front of you, brother. All right. What you doing? Come on, bro. I think they can hear me. You think they can't hear me,
They can
bro?
hear you, but it just looks off on camera.
All right, man. Yeah, my man always trying to fix the mic. He always trying to do this extra stuff. Um, I need you over there because Josh Giddey got crossed over. We gotta talk about that. We gotta talk about that. This is the issue. I ain't gonna lie to you guys. Josh Giddey got crossed, but I was not. I was surprised. That was a real ankle breaker. That Josh Giddey crossover was a true ankle breaker. Like you saw his ankle twist. You saw the way he dropped, and then he dunked. That's probably the best ankle breaker. Ooh, in the last 15 years? I ain't seen nothing like that in a minute. Like somebody actual ankle.
James Harden.
What for?
Rockets, Clippers.
When he was with and then but he fell. And he hit the shot though. My man went to the basket and dunked it though. What was the better? What is a better ankle? What was a better ankle breaker? The James Harden ankle breaker. And what's my man named? Durrell Arthur. What's his name? Not Durrell Arthur. DeAndre Hunter. My bad. What was a better ankle breaker? The Josh Giddey and DeAndre Hunter, or the James Harden ankle break? What was a better ankle break?
James Harden, he stood there, he looked at him, two people closed out, knocked down the shot.
That was disrespectful. That was disrespectful.
But he was limping too. I'm looking at the clip right now. Josh Giddey was limping off the court.
That's what I'm saying. Like I actually seen it in real time. He looked like somebody shot him. Like he looked like somebody threw something from the stands. He just popped up and just fell.
Yeah.
That was a nasty one.
The fall makes it nasty.
And then you see his ankle twist. Like it's one thing. Like oh man, I slipped on his foot. He stepped on my foot. But nah, like he really hit him with a crossover. Then went down the lane and dunked it. Man, them foreigners gotta play some defense, brother. They gotta play some defense. Cause they all gonna say, oh man, they don't play D in the league. They ain't used to it. No. He ain't from where we from, brother. A lot of guys would say, my ankle would have twisted like that. I would have just been, I still wouldn't have fell. No. I gotta catch myself in my hand or something. Like that fall was like you don't know about the culture of ankle breakers. Like you know what I mean? Like when that type of stuff happens, in the back of your mind, you about to go on somebody's YouTube. It's gonna live forever. So you gotta do something, like a pad the fall with your hands or something. You gotta do something so it doesn't look so bad. It doesn't look. Gotta grab his jersey, something. My man fell like he needed a stretcher after that shit, man. Aaron Gordon had a crazy crossover too. He was right at Buddy Hill. I actually watched that game on Friday, and he was at Buddy Hill, man. Aaron Gordon. Here's the thing I feel about Aaron Gordon. Aaron Gordon was always a great player, but I don't think because you're a great player, you're always a franchise player. So when he was playing with the Orlando Magic, he was kind of like they was trying to push him to be that player, that guy, and. Granted, it worked to a certain extent, but as far as like a championship, a winner, he need more pieces around him, and he went to the right place. Denver Nuggets got a steal in him. Yeah, Denver Nuggets got a steal, but he had a nasty crossover too. We might have to put that all three. Aaron, well, he didn't fall though. Buddy Hill didn't fall, but Buddy Hill, you got a lot. You got to tighten up. Buddy Hill got to tighten up. That was nasty. Trey Murphy, man, you ever know who Trey Murphy is? Pelicans, bro. I was watching him. Like I knew he can ball. But I was watching him the other night, and I'm like, yo, he doing everything. Like he was actually literally out there coming off screens, pin downs, creating his own shot, getting to the basket, post move. That 41 points. He nice. I think. That's those the players like. So that's what I'm saying. Like with the Pelicans, their focus is Zion, right? They want to put Zion in they want to put him in the spotlight. Excuse me, but they want to put Zion in the spotlight. But realistically, they really need like a player like him, like a Trey Murphy. They need to really share that spotlight. They probably need another one too. They need another baller because all them other guys, yeah, iffy, bro. Fierce is nice. I like Fierce. But they a development team. And when you're trying to develop a team, and then you're trying to develop a team around Zion, who's going to be injured which he was this past game, it's hard to really develop the team because now you're missing that vocal point. You're missing what the team needs to focus on. So if a guy like Trey Murphy goes off for 41, now it's like, bro, why I gotta take a backseat to you? You can't even shoot threes. You know what I'm saying? You can't even keep us in the game. So it gets tricky with those type of teams.
You think Trey Murphy could be a star in the league?
I don't. I think a lot of players, they're NBA players. So can players actually make some noise if they're on bad teams? Yeah, I think so. I think they can do great. And like, for instance, right, I'm gonna use a guy like Bones Highland. Bones Highland, I watched a highlight the other night. Not a highlight. Bones Highland, I watched the Wolves play yesterday. That's what it was. I watched the Wolves play yesterday, and it was at the end of the game. He was like, he went to the lane, did a move. And I was like, yo, if he was on a team like a Wizards where he can kind of showcase his skills, he can make some noise. Like him and like guys like Rob Dillingham. Like those guys, they go to teams that's not actually looking to win right away. They can make some noise because what happens is when you're playing on a team that's trying to win, you're now in a role. And their role is handling the ball, creating the shot, getting to the lane, creating for others, or whatever the case may be. You can't do that if you're not better than an Anthony Edwards. You can't do that if you're not better than a Julius Randle. So what happens is when they get in the game, they have to now play a role. So you forget about Bones Highland and Rob Dillingham's skill. They need to go somewhere where they can showcase their skill. Even if they lose, because here's the thing. You lose, or let's say, you go to like a Miami or something like that, or Orlando or something, or Wizards, or y'all lose for 3 years, but you get your numbers up. Now, 3 years later, there's going to be contending teams looking for you. But if you play on a team that's trying to win and you're only in a role, you can't bring your stock up like that. Can't bring your stock up. You can't bring your fan base up. You can't do nothing like that. And those guys have a fan base. Like the players I coach, they talk about those guys. And I'm like, who is that? Who's that? I mean, I knew who Bones Highland was when he had the opportunity with the Clippers and score like 40-something points. But those guys need the opportunity to showcase what they can do at an NBA level and not just playing a role. But if they go and play in a role the whole time, they're not going. It's going to be hard to kind of like keep them on teams and rosters because the game speaks loudly, but it speaks loudly with the ball. You know what I mean? So Tony Allen got arrested, man. Tony Allen got arrested this past weekend, and thank goodness that is not his fault. The guy who was driving came out and said, "Yo, this is my stuff. Don't put it on him. He don't know. He didn't know anything about it." So that he was a real one for that. A lot of guys wouldn't have said that. A lot of guys would have said, "You know what, man? We both gonna take the fall," or "Yo, be quiet, keep quiet. We gonna get out of this," so they don't get in trouble. But he was just like, "Yo, just put it all on me. You know, whatever's on him, that's on him. But put it all on me, man." And it made me. The Tony Allen situation reminded me of a story. That when I went home to Philly, I went home to Philly from college. I haven't been home in about a couple years. You know, I was up there trying. You know, I just graduated college, so I got to give myself some time to get my money right and everything else. And then once I got my money right, I went home to Philly. And you know, I'm from the inner city. I'm from the inner city part of Philly. And I remember driving with my friend, and we was driving, and he was like, "Oh, yo, pull over. That's my homie right there." And I'm like, "All right, whatever, cool." Remind you, like, I'm in the mindset of still college. Like, you know, we still just, you know, I'm still vibing and still having a good time in life. And I pull over, and he said, you know, they both get in the back seat, which was odd to me. I'm thinking I don't know what's going on. They both just get in the back seat. And I look in the rearview mirror, and they doing a transaction in the back seat. From right there, I told myself, when I go home, I'm never driving in the car with friends unless it's like family. Like family was the only people I ever. And that might have been like maybe 12 years ago. I've never been in the car with, like, if it wasn't my brother, it wasn't my cousin, never driving in the car. I also don't drive in the car with people to places. Like when I go home or even out here in LA, you want me to come, I'll meet you there. Whatever's going to happen from my house to my destination, I'd rather be 100% responsible for it before I be sitting somewhere and I'm fighting a case because my friend wasn't man enough to take his own case. So shout out to Tony Allen. I hope this is a lesson for everyone. You got friends who trying to get out how they live, or maybe living a lifestyle that's different from you, and you still love them, you still care about them, and you want to hang with them. Don't drive with them. Meet them there. Say what's up. Move on. Meet them somewhere public where people can. There's cameras and people actually see that you are actually a good Samaritan just meeting your friend. All right. So I wish I had this. I do wish I had the computer now. Eastern Conference standings. What we got, man? We got that up. Eastern Conference standings right now. The Pistons is number 1, Cavs number 2, Knicks number 3, Bulls 4, Heat 5, Bucks 6, Sixers 7, Raptors 8. Now, the Pistons I'm not surprised about. Cavs I'm not surprised about. Knicks I'm not surprised about. The Bulls I'm a little surprised about, considering they didn't make the playoffs last year, and this year they've been hot. The Heat, I think the Heat gonna fluctuate. I think they got a good start. I think they got something good going on, but I don't think they can actually last over a course of a season. The Bucks, I'm not surprised about. I'm really not surprised about because they lost some key pieces, and now they need to figure things out. Last night, Giannis had like 37, and then I think the next person was like 15 or 16 points. So it's going to be a long road for the Bucks. Raptors, they in 8th spot. That's not like surprising. I see them fluctuating as well. But I'm very surprised at the Sixers, and I'm gonna get into this later. But I'm surprised at the Sixers at 7. I think they should be up there in that top 5, I think they should be up there in that top 5. Let's say 5. I think they should be above the Bulls. I mean, personally, I have the Sixers number 1, but after watching them play last night and the night before or the night prior, I got a different sentiment. I got to change some things, and I'm gonna get into that later. Western Conference, they got Thunder, Spurs, Nuggets, the Lakers, the Rockets, Timberwolves, Trailblazers, and the Warriors in 8. Yeah, Warriors at 8, man. Do you feel bad about that?
They won't.
Are you a Warriors fan?
I'm a Steph Curry fan.
You're a Steph Curry fan. Okay. Well, Steph Curry's injured. Well, sitting out anyway. So here's the deal. My Thunder, like I said, OKC is looking like a championship team. They look like a championship team. I'm gonna get into it in a little bit. I wouldn't be surprised they do a back-to-back. Spurs, they can compete. The problem is you can't rely too much on Wemby in the playoffs. Not because he won't be healthy, but because he's hard to stop, and at the same time he can be easy to stop because all the double teams and then him being a willing passer, leaving it up to everyone else to score, which he should do, just passing out of a double team. But the Spurs, they could be up there. They definitely a playoff team this year. That's for sure. Nuggets, usual suspects. Yeah, they in their 3rd spot. I don't think they're a championship team. I think they're a team that's going to keep the city excited. People might believe in them and say, they might do it. And you're going to stay tuned in. And Jokic still being Jokic. So Nuggets is there. Lakers, they don't have Bron back yet, but Lakers are still, they up in the air. They up in the air, man. They got a long way to go. The people ahead of them, maybe I put them ahead of the Nuggets, and the Spurs. I'll say the Lakers can creep back up there to number 2 by the end of the season. As long as they keep gelling, as long as they ignore the noise, they can creep up to number 2. The Rockets, I still like them. I like them finishing strong in the playoffs. They're not better than the Thunder right now. Everyone else is up for grabs, though. They still need a point guard. We like the idea of Trae Young. We like the idea of Ja Morant, but let's be real. They need an experienced point guard, and who better than Drew Holiday? I think Drew Holiday will be the best point guard for the Rockets because he's going to come with some maturity. He's going to come with some understanding how to win a championship at his position. And if Durant and those guys want to win right now, that's the guy they're going to look for before All-Star break. Then you have the Timberwolves. Timberwolves, they always somehow creep into that 4th or 5th spot. They're going to be a playoff team again, but if they don't make it to the finals, I mean, where do you go from here? Like, who do you get? Like, who do you get rid of? If I had to look at the roster just off the top, just look at the roster if it was in front of me, I think you need someone at that point guard position. A strong point guard, a point guard that's going to keep the defense honest. Don't get me wrong, Mike Conley can shoot, he can play, but he's definitely to me, a throwback point guard. I think Mike Conley's a throwback point guard who's just a general, but which is fine because you do need that because you got 2 guys, Julius Randle and AE who going to definitely get their shots. But I just feel like the second unit might need something. Just the second unit might need Anthony Simons. I know Anthony Simons just went to the Celtics. I don't know his contract situation, but I'm just saying like the style of play, the way Anthony Simons play, you need someone like that coming off the bench for the Timberwolves. The Warriors, like we was talking about, I think the Warriors is going to be fine. They're going to be fine. They're going to play some great defense. If youth beat them, I wouldn't be surprised. Are they a championship team? No. But are they going to make the playoffs? Yes. Are they a team that people should fear? Yes. They're a team that people should definitely fear. But you can keep up with them. Like, that's the difference between the Warriors of 2015 through 18. Like, there was a time when the Warriors up or down 20, they coming back. They just hitting threes. And it was nothing you can do about it because no one shot as many threes as they did. Now they all shoot threes. So another team can be down and come back. So you gotta look at it like are they a dangerous team on the defensive end? Yes. Can they hit some shots? Yes. But their opponent's gonna hit them same shots. Those opponents gonna collectively hit shots. So we'll see where the Warriors end up. I don't think they're a championship team. I do think they're probably like a second round team. Now let's get into the games. Get into the games last night, man. Did you watch any of the games, E?
Yeah, I watched a couple of the games last night.
Which games did you watch?
Just the major games like Lakers, Atlanta,
You heard-
OKC, Memphis.
You heard that? The major games. You know what he is. Super casual. Super casual. All right, man. Let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. The Knicks versus the Nets. Another surfer game for all you guys who are new to this channel. I call surfer games. If it's 2 teams and if it's one of the teams or both teams aren't really that good, I channel surf. If the score is tied or if it's a good game, or maybe somebody do a great move, I watch it. But there's nothing I'm marking on my calendar. The Nets. Michael Porter Jr. actually playing better than I thought he would play. Like when I see guys on the whole TV scene, like the streaming, the reality shows. I mean, he's doing the streaming, but I'm just saying, like when Lamar Odom joined the Kardashians, I was like, here we go. You know what I mean? Because there's so much work that's done in that world and then as an athlete, you're automatically, as an athlete, you're so used to routine. You're so used to your status you get for playing basketball, for playing basketball or whatnot. So Michael Porter Jr., for him to be out streaming, he's doing interviews. I thought he'd go and average about 19 points, 17 points. But he's averaging 25 points a game right now. He's averaging about 25 points a game right now. I mean, the Brooklyn Nets themselves are doing exactly what I thought they would do. Like, they're not winning. So I didn't think he was going to come in and all of a sudden he's going to start winning. So, but shout out to him, man. Shout out to Michael Porter Jr., man. I like Michael Porter Jr. game. 6'10" guard, 6'10" shooter. I like his game. And then I like some of his views, man. Don't be paying that girl rent. You know what it is, bro. I'm with you on that. Who else? Let me get right, man. If I got some chapstick sponsors, holla at me, man. Holla at me. You know I gotta get right with the chapstick, bro. All right. The Knicks is looking like last year. The Knicks ain't looking that bad. I think Cat had 28 and 12 last night. He didn't play bad at all. Cat actually playing like Cat. You know, I'm really looking forward to seeing where the Knicks go in the playoffs. Like this team right here, I still feel like they just not deep enough. But you are in the East, though. You are in the East. The teams that you had to worry about last year, you don't have to necessarily worry about this year. I mean, yeah, they beat the Celtics, but that was a grind win. Indiana Pacers lost to those guys. You don't got to worry about them this year. So now you coming in as pretty much a favor in the East because they the ones with the most experience in the East right now of actually playing in the Eastern Conference Finals. Am I wrong about that?
You still got Cleveland.
You still got Cleveland, but again, like Cleveland didn't make it to the Eastern Conference Finals. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they actually the favorite when it comes to experience. Cleveland, again, I just don't trust Spider. I got to see him get over that hump. If he gets to the Eastern Conference Finals this year, I want to see him in the finals. I think they got a good enough team. They're expected to win. They changed the culture down there. I think Cleveland got an opportunity. Knicks, I think they have an opportunity as well. But if they make it to the finals this year, I don't think they'll win because they're just not deep enough. And the teams that's actually that will be there if there's no injuries, that's going to be, those teams are deep. Let's move on to the next game. Orlando and the Boston Celtics. Like I said earlier about, I hope I get this right. Boston Celtics actually beat Orlando 111 to 107. Like I said about Jaylen Brown earlier, Jaylen Brown is actually playing like I would want him to play. Right now, he's averaging about 28 points a game. Jason Tatum is out. That's what he should be doing. He's shooting about 20 shots a game. He should be playing this way. And even if he's losing, I'm okay with that. As long as you're not losing and you had these games where you had 8. There's no way you playing 38 minutes as a $50 million player and you get 8 points. For all my beverage sponsors, holla at me, man. Pritchard. What we gonna do with Pritchard, bro? You don't like Pritchard?
I don't see nothing wrong with him.
He's shooting 16% from 3. You don't see nothing wrong with that?
I didn't know that.
But you know what, though? I'll say this, though. Pritchard starting over Anthony Simons makes sense to me. The reason why this makes sense to me is this. If you put Pritchard on a second unit, you don't have a scorer with the second unit. Like, you don't have someone who can actually create their own shot in the second unit. You keep, if I say Pritchard or Anthony Simons? If Pritchard starting is a little easier as a coach because you do have 2 other guys in the lineup who can score. So he don't have to have that pressure. Versus like if you put him in, if you have him coming off the bench like last year, there's a lot more pressure for him. The pressure is different. And Anthony Simons come in and he can actually ball out. Last night he balled out. He had 25 points. He's playing better than Pritchard, but I think they're going to keep Pritchard in the starting lineup because they can't leave that unit without a score. You know what I mean? Moving on to the next game. OKC 114. Was it 114? I thought it was 144. Did I make a mistake on that?
OKC.
I think OKC had I might have made a mistake on that score. But I know they beat. I know they, what was the score for last night?
It was 114 to 100.
Oh, 114? Okay. OKC 114 to 100, man. 3 players over 20 points. That's what I'm saying. OKC looking like they want to win another championship. They looking like they want to win another championship and they want to win it this year. They're not waiting until next year. They looking like, look, y'all overlooking us. We gonna show y'all. We gonna show y'all what it is. Hartenstein, he balling out. These last couple games he balled out. On Friday night, he had 33 points, 19 rebounds. Last night he had 18 points and 13 rebounds. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, Jalen Williams just came back. He ain't do much last night. He only played about 17 minutes. But he back. He back. And I don't know, man. I think we just enjoying basketball at this point. Like to have the idea that someone gonna be OKC, to me is just not realistic right now. I just don't see nobody being OKC right now, bro.
I want to take a look at the schedule. Is it because they're 10-1? Mm-hmm. You think it's the scheduling they're winning, or
no? I think it's the way they're playing though. Like, yeah, you're gonna have. This is the thing about the NBA. There's always going to be some dry spots in a schedule or some guaranteed wins on a schedule, I should say, because you're never going to have a league of 25 strong teams. It never happened. This is why I get so like irritated when people tell me like, oh, the league is weak, it's changed. Nah, bro, we always only had like 6 teams to root for. You know what I mean? We always had about 6 to 10 teams to root for out of 30. So at the end of the day, they're going to go against some teams that they're going to run over. But at the same time, the way they're playing, like the unselfish basketball, like those things like that says championship. That they're not overstepping. They're still allowing SGA to be the guy. They still around each other during the press conference. They not, you know what I mean? Like, it's consistent. It's consistent. You can tell there's no arguments in there. Everybody's enjoying themselves. Everybody in OKC, when I watch them, ideally, this is how you want to. You have a basketball team, AAU team, high school team, whatever. This is how you want to play it. You want to play it just like this. Like, everyone should enjoy playing basketball. And that's what I see out of OKC. The Grizzlies. Ja Morant had 11 points, 8 assists. He shot 3 for 18. Not a good night. And you know what? I think, here's the thing. Here's the thing, right? When we see these players, we look at them as like, yo, why are you not dropping 30? You're not dropping 40. But we got to remember, this is their job, right? So if you had a dispute with your manager, your boss, or whatever the case may be, would you still be going like 110% at work? You're going to kind of be like, eh. But I'm not saying he's not going 100%. I'm just saying for him, you could be distracted. You're going to be distracted if you feel like would you feel distracted if you knew your company was like, I don't think they pushing them out, but just not fond of you.
I'm not a good person to ask that question to, because I wouldn't care.
You wouldn't care. Well, okay, let me ask you this. Would you care if you knew you can go for better opportunities to make more money?
I would care about that, yo.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so but now what if you can't do that because you under contract?
Then, yeah, my performance will be.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is you're going to be like, man, I don't even feel like hooping with these dudes. And then also, Memphis has not gotten better. Like, they haven't gotten like that, an extra star next to Ja Morant.
Well, I was Jaren Jack.
Who?
Jaren Jackson Jr.
Who? No, I'm joking. I'm joking. I mean, he's young though. He's a guy who needs to develop though. He's a young guy.
He's been in the league for a minute.
But he's still a young guy. Just because he's been in the league doesn't mean he's older.
I mean, but you got other players who are also young, who are also performing.
But here's the thing, right? Look up how many years Jackson been in the league. Because my thing is this. When you have young guys on a team, you got to remember that this is an NBA team. This is the best players in the world. So somebody going to score. Somebody going to put the ball in the hoop. But it does not mean they're championship players. It does not mean they're playoff players. It just means that they're now developing in front of our eyes. That doesn't necessarily mean. So how many years has he been in there?
He's 26 years old, been in the NBA for 7 years.
7 years. 26 years old, but 7 years. So he's been in there since he's what, 19.
2018, came in 2018.
So he's been in there since he was about 19. So about 19 years old, still kind of young. But again, though, he had to develop into who he is right now. So Ja Morant doesn't need another player who needs to develop. He needs another player who's ready to win. You know what I'm saying? Like if he came in at 19, 20 years old, all right, cool. You still got to develop. Ja Morant came in ready to go. He ready to play. Right now, Ja Morant, how many years Ja Morant been in the league right now? Because these things matter when you're trying to put guys around each other.
Ja Morant been in the league for 6 years.
About 6 years. So these guys are over the half decade mark. So eventually, they're going to be like, yo, they've been in the league for 10 years. They've been in the league for 11 years. An NBA championship is not easy to win. Having an opportunity at an NBA championship, most players don't have it. Most players don't get it, no matter how good you are. Think about this. Kobe Bryant was amazing, played on an amazing team, played for the biggest organization, biggest market there is in basketball, and still won 5 rings in 20 years. Think about that. 5 years or 20 years. 5 rings in 20 years. Dirk Nowitzki, they loved him over in Dallas, gave him all the money, did everything. 1 ring in 20 years. Kevin Garnett, in my opinion, one of the top power forwards of all time. 21 years, 1 ring. A ring doesn't come easy. So the fact that a guy like Ja Morant is in the league for 6 years and an organization is not even putting people around him, like experienced players around him yet, that's concerning. That's concerning. And y'all cussing me out in front of the team? That's concerning for me.
Now, how you feel about the reports, rumors, ideology that Ja Morant hasn't grown since the 2022 season?
Grown as in maturity?
He grown as a player. His shooting percentage went down. His percentage against the basket is down.
You know what? Here's the thing, and I'm gonna just be honest. I'm gonna be real, man. When you got a guy like Ja Morant, and he's going through stuff off the court, right? You could tell what type of stuff he get into off the court, what type of people he around off the court. And when you have that in your life, it's hard to concentrate on basketball. Like you might think, I worked out twice today, but those type of things, when you don't have like the right mentors, the right people around you, and you kind of just turning up, having fun, and it just takes a lot to, like, think about Kobe, bro. Like, think about what Kobe did, what Kobe had to do to be who he was. Nah, I ain't partying, dog. Nah, I'm practicing 6 times a day. You know what I mean? Like, stuff like that, bro. Nah, if you out partying and you getting caught with guns, making gun gestures and all that type of shit, you're not locked in. You're not locked in. And I wouldn't blame the fans for seeing it that way. Oh, I thought you had something for me.
Now, do you think, is it Ja Morant's fault for not, or is it the organization's fault?
It's Ja Morant's fault.
Now, do you think the organization should move on from Ja Morant?
Yeah, I think they all should move on. I think they should move on. I mean, because you gotta understand, they're trying to run a business. Like, that's the whole shit. Like, I'm with the players. I stand with the players, but at the same time, when you're doing certain stuff and knucklehead stuff, this is a business. They got to feed their family like you got to feed your family. You know what I mean? Like you sign up, you say, hey, I play for your organization. I follow your rules, and I get paid millions of dollars to do it. You sign up for that. Yeah, like some things might not be fair. Yeah, they could be playing some dirty games, 1,010%. But at the same time, this is when it's time. This is when it shows time for you to go. Time for you to go. And that's both parties. They gotta wash their hands with it. And that's okay too. That's okay too. Next game, Pacers versus the Golden State Warriors. Pacers barely scored 83 points. 83 points. Golden State Warriors, 114 points. Golden State Warriors played decent. Only had 9 turnovers the whole game. So like I said, they look solid. They look like a mature team. They look like a team that's preserving themselves for the playoffs. Steph didn't play. So those young guys got an opportunity to get some reps. Get some shots, see how it feels to play some long minutes. So they get comfortable with that. So they're ready to play in June. So that was a smart move by Steve Kerr. I don't know what's Steph Curry's injury, but him sitting out sometimes is a smart idea. He's not going to be able to play every game in the playoff. Well, we hope he can play every game in the playoffs, but he can't play every game in the playoffs if he's playing every game from October till June. Pacers, man, you know what? This season might be a wash for them. It's over for them. They probably just like, let's give some draft picks and a couple Slim Jims. We good. You know what I mean? They be all right. They 1-9 right now. Nobody on the team last night scored over 16 points. Not one person. Everybody it was like 3 guys, 14. And that's cool if you play in high school. Like if you're in high school, you get like 4 or 5 guys to score 14 points. Unstoppable team. But in the NBA, you got to get somebody over 16 points. And especially not just for the court, just to win, but just to keep people in the seats. Are you going to an NBA game if your favorite team don't have anybody who can score over 14 points?
No, I ain't going.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so stuff like that. Siakam didn't play last night. I looked at the reason for it, and it said rest. Just wanted to rest. Against the Golden State Warriors? Like, this is the issue that fans have with the players. They paying their hard-earned money, and you're saying, no, I'm not playing. I'm not playing today. Like, Steph Curry, same thing. Oh, I'm not playing. Now, granted, I get Steph Curry. It is the Pacers, a 1-9 team. But, you at home, you want let these guys see you play. Were they at home? I think the Pacers was at home, right? Oh, is that good? Okay. So I guess that makes sense. All right, my bad. I'll take it back. That if you want to rest, I mean, yeah, because nobody in Golden State trying to look for Siakam. Yeah, I mean, I thought they was in Indiana, so that makes sense. And everybody who go to Golden State, they gonna see Steph Curry eventually anyway, so that makes sense. I thought it was at a home game. I'm like, damn, like, you at a home game? Like, what if one of the kids, they like your favorite player? All right, moving on, man. Sac versus the Timberwolves. This was that 144 game. Yes, belt the ass. Timberwolves had 144. Sac had 117. Gobert had a triple-double. Man. And one thing I like about Anthony Edwards with his relationship with Gobert is that you can tell he's hyping him up. Like, he seems like, just based off of the interaction between him and Draymond Green, Rudy Gobert, and the interaction with him and Draymond Green, and he stood down. You can tell he's a nice guy. He don't want no trouble. He just trying to go to work, get his rebounds, get his blocks, get his Defensive Player of the Year award, and go home. That's it. But when you try to win a championship, you need a guy like that, like a Gobert, who can block shots, who's going to play some valuable minutes for you. You need him hyped up. He needs to know people around him believes in him. And Anthony Edwards is doing a good job by that. Goldberg scored an and one last night, and Anthony Edwards just runs up on him, yell, he's getting him excited. That's what you want. That right there is what I call like a leader. Like he's understanding, he's getting it. Some people probably being mentored. And shout out to Anthony Edwards, who also had 26 last night. Anthony Edwards had 26. I think that's going to be his average for this year, 26, 28 points. He's going to kind of coast it a little bit. I mean, he's hard to stop. He's hitting long threes. I think he actually led the league in most threes made last year. So I expect the same thing. I mean, young boy looking good, bro. Sacramento. Zach LaVine could have been a really good player. He is a good player, but I think he could have made a lot more noise. For his upside, his attributes, his ability to score, his ability to pass, shoot, and obviously athleticism. He did a move last night where he went to the hole, dunked it on two hands, and he had about 26 points, but it's just inconsistent. He'll give you 26 tonight and 11 tomorrow. And that's the thing that hurts Zach LaVine. I think Zach LaVine is a great player. To me, I think he had the best dunk contest ever. But for the most part, he's just inconsistent. He's very inconsistent. Sabonis had 20 and 13. Welcome back. I thought he usually get that. That's pretty easy for him. DeMar DeRozan had 22 points. So they big three was scoring. But you know what? I watched a little bit of that game last night, and they just got too many dead moments with the ball. When I say dead moments, they get the ball and it's dead. It just stops moving, and then they just chuck up a shot. Like at one point, Russell Westbrook was on the right side of the court. I want to say second half, and he just caught the ball, held it for like 5 seconds out of the shot clock, and then just shot it. And obviously, he missed. There's just too many dead moments for them. But again, I don't know if they're trying to win a championship. I don't know if Sac trying to win a championship, Pelicans trying to win a championship. I don't know if these guys are trying to win a championship. So I'm not going to be hard on them with the critique. But if they had to change anything, it would be consistency through Zach LaVine and keep the ball going. Keep the ball going. Y'all all good players. You don't got time for the rhythm scoring. Like where you just jab, pump for jab, shot. You just got to find your rhythm off that shit. Houston Rockets against the Bucks last night. Houston Rockets played against the Bucks. I actually watched that game a little bit as well. When I say a little bit, I was actually doing two things at once. So I was, picking my eyes at it and then getting back to work. But Rockets won 122 to 115. Houston looks solid, but like I said earlier on in this show, they do need a point guard. They need a point guard. KD started running the point at the end. Yeah, he started running the point last 3-4 minutes. Yeah, watch out, young fella. That's what you call leadership. That's what you call leadership. People always like, oh, he's not a leader. He's not a leader. No, he's just not a rah-rah leader. But when it's time to show up, he shows up. And if the shot don't go his way, don't go his way. But I like that he took the ball and actually played point guard yesterday. Reed has 16 points. I like Reed. I think he's a good player, Reed Shepard. I think he's a great player. He got some time. Once he's developed, that's going to be more consistent of him. But he has 16 points. Şengün had 23, 11 rebounds, and 7 assists. People was asking me, who would I take, Şengün or Sabonis? I said Şengün. Got a good upside, young guy. He can create, very skilled, can pass the basketball, create plays. I like him. Now, Ahmed Thompson, I like his maturity. I see that he's growing in that point guard position. He had 14 points last night. But I'm looking at some of the stuff, and I'm looking at the angles he could take. I'm looking at how he can get out in the open court. But he's sacrificing that so he can learn how to play this point and for the better of the team. Because a guy like him, he can be dangerous if he's off the ball. But because you want to balance the floor and you do have guys on the court who can shoot a little better than him, you want to keep him at a space where, all right, like you don't have too much responsibility with shooting a shot. But I think he's good. But like we said, Drew Holiday has saved the day. Drew Holiday has saved the day for the Rockets. Some maturity at the point guard, get relieve Ahmed Thompson, can teach young Reed Shepard, and Drew Holiday has played with a star as like Giannis, so he knows how to play with a star like KD. So I think that's a good move for them. They get it. Bucks, Giannis gonna have a hard road moving forward, man. He's gonna have a tough road, man. But you guys want him to be loyal. You want to be loyal. I just know this. Here's what I know. Or here's what I don't want to hear. When Giannis' career is over, I don't want to hear none of you guys saying, oh, he has one ring, though. Y'all know why he had one ring. Because he's followed y'all formula of being loyal to the organization who's now rebuilding around him. So I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear nothing. No, he should have put the team on his back. The man averaged 35 points. 35 points, 13 rebounds, or some stuff like that. And about, 4 or 6 assists. It ain't that. The team is on his back. And he got bad knees now. So I don't want to hear at the end of his career he could have won more. He should have won more. He's not better than this person because he only had one ring. He's being loyal to the soil. All right. Sixers. Wait a minute. Did I miss it? You got the Sixers in Detroit? Okay. I got Sixers in Detroit. What was the Sixers in Detroit score?
120-130.
Sixers lost 120-130 last night. I did see the Sixers game last night. And I'm going to say this. First off, Beanie Siegel performed at the game, man, and brought back memories. Anytime I hear that song, even though what we do is wrong, I just remember the time I had like a state property coat, long state. I used to rock the state property coat with the Dickies, and I remember I was at this time. I think I was staying with my aunt. It was my junior or senior year in high school, and I remember being cold outside when I first heard that song. And every time I hear that song, I always, like, not my body get cold, but the room feels a little colder to me, because I remember the first time I heard it, and when he was like, we on the corner until the sun come up, and we was all outside and it was cold. I felt that when he said that. I felt that. So, but that was good to see, man. Shout out to Beanie Siegel, man. He definitely a Philly legend. Let's get to it. So, my man Jabari Walker was balling, though. Jabari Walker was balling in the first half. I think he had about 12 points in the first half. He was doing his thing. He got hot, hit a couple layups, then he hit a 3. We got shout out my man Jabari Walker. Make sure y'all go check out our interview, man. We did an interview about, what was that, 3 months ago? Yeah, about 3 months ago. Make sure y'all go check it out. Good, really good guy. Now, looking at the Sixers, they need versatility in their offense. The Sixers need versatility in their offense. I like the one-on-one stuff, but they got to come off screens. They got to do some pin downs. They got to give us something. Because they're not playing playoff basketball. They're playing first 3 weeks of the season basketball. They got to figure that out. They got a lot of pieces on that team. So they got their asses handed to them. They was up for the most part of that game, but because they just they have some bad shot selections, and they just play a lot of one-on-one. Like the last play of the game for them, they did what they was trying to do what it looks like a DHO to a kick, but all the Pistons did was switch every handoff. They just switched every single handoff and just made them shoot a bad shot. That's when you got to do some pin downs. That's when you got to run people off screens. That's when you got to look for slips. You got to look for all those things during those moments. Just trying to give people handoffs and then saying go to work. It's not going to work in the last, I think it was the last 9 seconds of the game. It's not going to work. Not going to work, especially against the Detroit Pistons. Let me see. One thing I will say about that game, I was watching it, and I didn't realize Embiid wasn't out there. I didn't realize he wasn't out there. That's how good they play without him, but they still need him. They still definitely need him, man. And it's crazy if you think otherwise, but they only need him for 20 minutes. They don't need him for long. And another thing for the guards for the Sixers is that they got to accept when it's not their night. It's not going to be y'all all not scoring 20 every night. And you got to accept that instead of forcing it. I seen that out of guys like shots that wasn't there, too quick of a shots. But I also understand like, oh, he had a good game last game. Oh, he had a good game 2 games prior. VJ is kind of handling it well, like handling his role well, right? Like you come out, first game of the season, scored 34 points. You know, I think last night we had 11 or 9. I think VJ had about 9 points last night.
He had 11 points last night.
11 points. So VJ had another, he had another 11-point game, but I think he's handling it well. He wants to distribute. He wants to play the point guard position. He's not overstepping his boundaries. The shots that he is shooting, they're the shots that's there. It's available. So shout out to him. Detroit has a good record, and they're number 1 in the East. And then I was at some points of the game. I'm watching. Some of the guys get upset on the court. I see them kind of arguing a little bit. And I'm looking like, yo, they look out of it. They look frustrated. But then Cade Cunningham turned it up. Cade Cunningham, I am now a believer of Cade Cunningham. I'm not going to say I ever doubted him, but I was like, y'all kind of hyping this guy up. But nah. Him and Kelly Oubre, they get the going back and forth, and you start to see, bet. And that's when Cade turned it up. He was unstoppable at that point. He had that one move, he did a spin move, get to the basket. Then he was on the perimeter dance. I think Jabari was guarding him. And it looked like it was great D. Just a better shot. Just a better shot, man. So I think he was, I like him. I definitely, I like Detroit. I don't know if they're a championship team yet, but I do like them. I think they're going to be hard to beat, especially that kid, Cade Cunningham. Oh man, and that's it for the games, man. Oh yeah, they had I did miss over that. Let me see. This is going to be kind of quick. That's the last game I had though, right? Okay. Lakers played Atlanta. The reason why I'm bringing this up is because there's been a lot of talk. There's been a lot of talk of, do they need Bron? Should Bron get traded? Should Bron come off the bench? Should he be the third option? Here's the issue. You guys are jumping the gun too soon. It's only been about 8 games, gang. Just there's nothing that's happened yet. Like, all right, down they in game 35 and they won majority of the games, then that's a little different. That's different. Then it's like, all right, cool. I'm not going to say you should trade him. I'm definitely not going to say you should sit the bench. But I think he's a professional. He's a professional athlete. I don't think he's coming out there going to try to ruin the chemistry. In fact, he might have something to do with the chemistry. He might be telling them how to play. Yo, play like this, move like this. He might be telling them. I can't imagine a LeBron James that we all know is just sitting back in practice on a treadmill biting his nails. I highly doubt he's doing it. I highly doubt he's in these young guys' ear. So I don't think when he gets back out there, he's going to be like, yo, all that stuff I told you when I wasn't here, forget about it. It's my time to shine now. Like, I don't think that. But it's such a dislike for this man that people want to put any narrative on him. Oh, yeah, he's going to ruin the chemistry. How you know he didn't create the chemistry? How you know that? You know what I'm saying? Oh, he's gonna mess up everything. What is everything? It's only been 8 games. What is everything? You know. But here's how it works. LeBron James comes back. They lose a game. Oh, see, I told you. Then let's say LeBron James sit out, right? And the Lakers still losing. Oh man, LeBron James, man, we gotta get him back on the court. He come back. They win. Oh, he's the greatest 41-year-old ever. They lose. Oh, we gotta clean up the salary cap, LeBron. Yo, it's such a dislike for this man that it should be studied. It should be studied. Like, and that's the reason why I always make my posts, like, not to say defending him because he don't need my defense, but just enlighten people, because I think some people just forget how great he is and how much greater he was before he turned 30. I mean, he's still been great. I don't see what people seeing. I don't see what you guys are seeing. Like, I think we forget who he is. And part of it has to do with, because we're so used to seeing him in a championship, it doesn't feel right not seeing him in a championship. And we don't know how to express that. Like, we see him, we've witnessed him in the championship for 10 years. We don't know how to take on, like, yo, he ain't in the championship this year. We don't know how to take that. Like, his bar of success is so high that if he doesn't even make the championship or the finals, it's like he's a failure. I don't think people understand, like, he's probably now a regular, he's not even a regular player now. Like he's probably now like where your everyday player of a first team NBA player will be. Like, impacting the game, the stats. He's not as explosive as he used to be. He's still a great player, but he's moving at the same speed as everyone else. This is like probably the first time ever this happening for him. So we all trying to figure out how to digest that. And people just don't know how to say, yo, man, I'm just not used to him not winning. I'm not used to him not being the first team. Now, his team's not first, he's washed. You know what I'm saying? But they do need him. They need Bronny too, man. Bronny been balling out. Bronny had I think he had 9 points against the Atlanta Hawks. He was balling. And it's not about, I know it was a blowout, but for me, it was more so about like his confidence in the shots he was taking. That says a lot. Like, that says I got I have some ego now. I have some more confidence. But we got anything else? That's it, man. There you have it, man. Another show on Score Society channel. Let us know what you thought. Let us know what we can do better, what we can improve. Put it in the comments. If you want to support the brand, make sure you go to Score Society. If you want to support the brand by buying a hoodie, by buying a hat, by purchasing a hat, make sure you use code Real Hoopers at checkout. Get 25% off. And if you want to follow us on all our social media platforms, we can't even put it down there, huh? Can't put it down. Make sure you follow us on all social media platforms: Instagram, TikTok, obviously right here on YouTube, all at Score Society. We got a Score Society merch page. If you're interested in seeing people actually in the clothes, go follow that page as well. We got a motivational page where we want to give you some motivational every morning. Elite Minds only. Go to Instagram for that as well. Until next time, let's continue. What's up?
I go do a shout out real quick.
Oh, yeah, go for it.
Let me shout out Lewis T in the chat. I see you back in the chat, buddy. What's up?
What's up, Lewis? Appreciate you always. I appreciate your support, Lewis. Let's keep it going, bro. Make sure you share this video. Make sure you continue to show love, man. We definitely appreciate you. Anybody else? All right, there you have it. So next time, let's continue to think elite and together. Welcome to Score Society.